traveling wave, we know, and what do you mean by progressive wave? Then after that, we come back to speed of the traveling wave. We need to learn some particular wave function for that to proceed to find out the position of the wave at a particular time, at a particular location. Okay. Yeah, progressive waves. So it's not clear, but I'll give you the definition of the progressive wave. Then coming on to us, another was standing wave. Okay, so let us go back to, we are starting the traveling wave itself, no? So write down the, what do you mean by progressive wave? Under that, what you have written, speed of a traveling wave. Under that only you can write the definition, progressive wave, because this all are both are same. Both are same. Only that particular situation we are calling as a different name. That's it. Okay, there is no something different from this. So you can write progressive waves. The traveling waves, the traveling waves, the traveling waves, which continue its motion, which continue its motion and and we can describe and we can describe and we can describe and we can describe its motion and we can describe its motion and its shape. Motion and its shape. Motion and its shape.
Ma'am,
Yes.
after we can describe.
Repeat. One
No,
more.
ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
The like after we can describe. Can you tell like
We can after we can describe its motion, describe its motion and shape, shape at particular instant, at particular instant, at particular instant is known as progressive wave, is known as progressive wave. So traveling wave which move continuously and we can describe its motion and shape at a particular instant, then we can call it as progressive waves. Therefore, we can define the progressive wave. We can define progressive wave or traveling wave as a function of as a function of as a function of sinusoidal waves, as a function of sinusoidal as a function of sinusoidal waves. Okay, so anyone remember the wave function what we learned in the oscillation chapter? What was that wave function in terms of sine theta? Can you tell that? What we have learned yesterday? Hmm? Yes? What was that? The displacement of the wave, simple harmonic motion. What was that wave function which expressed in terms of sine theta as well as cos theta? So can you tell me that word? Malavika, can you tell me the wave function what we have learned yesterday? In simple harmonic motion, displacement x is equal to. Can you tell me that? What was it? Malavika, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, at least few students can, at least those who have no problem at all. Can you on the video? Only my picture is there. Just imagine it's a recording session. Huh? Don't make it a habit that when I share, all of you switch off the video and sit. How many GB you are saving in a day? Huh? Saving the GB for computer games. Krishna, are you saving GB for computer games in the night?
No, ma'am.
No? Ah. Anyone? Can you give me anyone that answer as we proceed? Malavika, no response from you. Okay, anyone can tell me because I don't want to waste the time. Tell me first. What is that wave function? X is equal to what we have learned yesterday. Turn the pages at least and tell me. Huh? I know I don't expect that you study every day that. You may be studying something else, but I don't think this you study every day. The topic is such as. So that's a telling. Anyone? Not a single person. You didn't get my question. We have learned a set of equation. Do you remember yesterday oscillation chapter? Displacement, velocity, acceleration. That is what I am asking now. Yes, yes. Actually, this is only give me in chat box answers. What about anyone? Please read so that others will listen at least.
A cos into omega t plus phi.
A cos omega t plus phi. Okay. Instead of cos, what we can say? Suppose we are starting from sine theta onwards. Instead of cos, we can also represent wave function in terms of sine theta. Correct. So yesterday we have learned the equation taking in terms of cos first, then differentiating, then getting acceleration. So in that I also have specified we can represent the wave function not only in cos, in sine theta also. So in sine theta, suppose you are taking at a time 0, you can take it as a wave function as a sine omega t plus phi. That is also correct. So yesterday we have derived in terms of cos. So here we are considering waves in the form of a sinusoidal wave. Therefore, more than cos, we are representing in terms of sine. Okay, so both way we can do. What is the difference in both? Usually, sine and cos, sine will be positive direction and cos will be negative direction. So usually we don't, that negative positive, that only indicate the motion because it is moving. If you take it a uniform circular motion, wave motion is from positive to negative axis. You know it. Even that cycle, you know, first it goes up and then come down and it is taking negative cycle. So that is why that sine theta, cos theta, it is switching over. Okay. So at present, we can represent the wave function in this case also. The progressive wave, we can represent in this case a wave function. But what is the difference here? Yesterday, oscillation, we are only talking about an object is oscillating. We did not speak that oscillation is traveling from one place to place. So here what is happening is, here the waves which produced due to oscillation is traveling. Therefore, we have included one more technical term into it that is known as wave number. So last chapter we didn't have that. We only had amplitude, time period, frequency, velocity. Then we got the wavelength. Now, since we are discussing in this chapter the motion of the wave is changing from place to place. Therefore, we are now including another one more technical term, angular wave number or wave number. Why? I told you a wave is traveling. It is 1 kilometer. And you have to find out the displacement of that wave at 500 meter. Okay. So at 500 meter, if you want to find out the displacement, you should know which number of the wave it is. Because waves are oscillating and traveling. So the speed of the light waves in 1 second is 3 into 10 to the power of 8. That means you can imagine within 1 second how fast waves are traveling. So if I say at a 500 meter, you have to find out the displacement of a wave. You should know out of, suppose you just imagine there are 100 waves are traveling in 1 kilometer. At a 500 meter, I want to find out the displacement. That time I should know at a 500 meter which wave. Is it 10th wave or 20th wave or 100th wave? It is at a 500 meter. So there is the importance of wave number. So we can find out the displacement of the waves at any time, at any location. That is what we are calling progressive wave, or we are calling a traveling wave. So if you want to find out displacement of a wave at a particular time, you should know wave number also. And wave number, we also call it as propagation constant. It's a standard value. Propagation constant. So wave number also known as propagation constant. Okay. So by connecting that, we are going to modify that wave function, what we have learned in last chapter. Okay. So you can write it down. In the case of a progressive wave,
Ma'am, next line.
next line. Under that, then only we can find out the speed. In the case of a progressive wave, we can describe a sinusoidal traveling wave. We can describe a sinusoidal traveling wave as y x bracket xt. I'll tell you why we are using y now. Y x t is equal to a sine. You are using small letter a as amplitude. A sine kx minus omega t plus phi. So this is the new wave function in terms of combining the wave number. So that is yxt is equal to. So this is representing a progressing wave, whether it's a longitudinal wave or transverse wave. We represent wave yxt, that's equal to a sine kx minus omega t plus phi in positive direction. That is forward direction. And yxt is equal to, yes, after writing I will explain to you. Okay, what is k stands for, what is omega stands for. Clear? So yxt is equal to a sine kx plus omega t plus phi. This is in negative direction. Some sound, children. Anyone, those who do not mute, please mute your mic. Some vibration I am getting in my headset. So A sine kx plus omega t plus phi. So you remember, positive direction we represent wave function as minus, and negative direction we represent it is as plus. That is the only difference. Now we will explain each term in that. Okay, why it is represented by xt. I already told you in this chapter we are learning a wave which is progressing. A wave is traveling. Therefore, in previous chapter oscillation, we are written x is equal to a sine omega t plus phi. But here, instead of x, we have a function y. And in bracket, we have x. So here, x indicates the position at a particular time t. So total displacement of the wave, in this case yxt, not simple x. Why? I told you we are finding the displacement or velocity of a wave at a 500 or second wave or third wave, fourth wave, like that, in terms of wave number. So that is why. So here x indicates particular time where is the position of the wave. Suppose the position of wave is out of 1 kilometer, the position of the wave is 500 meter. Therefore, x indicates 500 meter and how much time. Suppose it is traveling in 1 second. Maybe you can tell that time is now half second. Okay, so that is why symbol for xt. So total indication of the wave, we are giving another letter yxt. Okay, so yxt means, so from this you can write next line after writing this, where yxt is the displacement as a function of, so this is the difference between last chapter and this chapter. Displacement as a function of x and time t, where x stands for position at time t. I told you at time instant. So that is at time t. And small letter a, we have amplitude. Oscillation, we have used capital letter A, but here we are using small letter a. So that's the difference, amplitude of a wave. Dia, what is amplitude, Dia? Morning, you have all everyone has said me answer.
The length between.
It is the length or maximum displacement when it's vibrate. Okay, that's it. Angular frequency of the wave. Omega same, because last chapter also we have learned omega angular frequency. And here, which is the new introduction? K. So K is the one which stands for angular wave number. Angular wave number. Angular wave number, or we call another name propagation constant. Propagation constant. Now, what is this entire kx minus omega t plus phi? So, entire this kx minus omega t plus phi together, it indicates the phase. That is a particular, maybe at 60 degree or 80 degree or 270 degree or whatever. So you can write down kx minus omega t plus phi represents initial phase. Since the progressive wave, the angle will be changing initial phase. Then I told you positive direction, negative direction. Okay. So kx minus omega t represents this one, this motion, because it is moving up and coming down, that is negative. And you know this, after this, both all in the fourth quadrant, you can see that, see the exact x coordinate plus and y coordinate negative. So as the waves are changing, one full wave, it is in terms of 2 pi radian, that is 360 degree, you know. So we are discussing the wave always in terms of this 2 pi radian. So that's it. So this is positive direction, this cycle, and this is the negative direction. So in positive direction, kx minus omega t, and negative direction, kx plus omega t plus phi. That is only difference between both of them. Clear? Have you completed, children? Okay. So now, after learning that, let us now get a value of angular wave number. K already is a propagation constant. So you have to find out the value. What is K stands for? Okay. So you can write it down. After that, you can write taking phase angle, taking phase angle, phi is equal to taking phase angle, phi is equal to 0, taking phase angle, phi is equal to 0. The displacement of the wave, at t is equal to 0. So the angle is going to be 0. So in this equation, we are only remaining with this term, because the angle is 0 means it is going to be 1. So naturally, this omega t plus phi going to become 0. So we only left with the wave function kx. So you can write down the displacement of the wave at t is equal to 0. Then yx is equal to 0 is equal to a sine kx, because this stands for wave number. If angle becomes 0, doesn't indicate that wave number going to be 0. This is only indicating at a particular time what was the angle. So that is. So yx is equal to 0 is equal to a sine kx. Write down, since sine function repeats, after every 2 pi, change in angle, 2 pi change in angle, we can represent sine kx is equal to sine kx plus 2n pi. Sine kx plus 2n pi. Take sine k out. So sine k out, when you take it, you will get, what is that? X plus 2n pi by k. So sine k into x plus 2n pi by k. So what do you mean from this thing, that as position x is changing, we can add that x1 will be x plus into 1 pi, 2 into 1 pi k. So as we are changing the position, the wave number is changing. So instead of n, you put n is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. So that is telling the which number, whether second wave, third wave, or fourth wave, like that. So we can have displacement x1 is equal to x plus 2 into 1, 2 into 1 into pi by k. If you have x2, then x plus 2 into 2 pi by k, that is 4 pi by k, x plus 4 pi by k, like that. It goes on. So from initial wave, we can count the waves like that. I hope you understood why we are taking like that, because one wave completing 2 pi. Same wave, no, it's progressing. So next cycle, it is completing another 2 pi. Next cycle, it is completing another 2 pi. So it goes on till it reaches the target. So light waves are traveling like that. From the sunlight till it reaches to our eye, it's going on. Each wave is traveling and it is falling on our eyes and it is undergo reflection. That is how you are seeing the things. Okay. So that you will be learning plus 2 detail 2 chapters we have, ray optics and wave optics. So this you can consider this is the first wave, this is a second wave, this is a third wave, so this is a fourth wave. So n stands for each cycle as the wave is traveling or progressing. So if you want to find out what is the displacement of the third wave, you can substitute the value and then we can find out. That's why. So write down. That means after what you completed, that means displacement. That means displacement at point X, at point X, at point X, that is initial point, and at X plus 2n pi k are the same. In which cases? In simple harmonic motion. There is no change. Even wave number changes, the shape of the graph is same. If I draw a graph like this and like this, so you can see this is not a simple harmonic motion. You can look at the shape of the wave at this point is changing. The shape of the wave at this point is changing. So if you get same crust and same trough, what you understand that at every cycle, you are getting the same shape of the wave. And there is no change. Whether it's the 5th wave, 10th wave, or 90th wave, shape is same. So it is a simple harmonic. If it is not harmonic, then naturally you will get damped oscillation. Damped oscillation means, as you see, first it will be okay, then slowly, there's a changes taking place and subside. So you will get a damped oscillation. You have learned in the last chapter. This is damped oscillation. This is happening. So all these we are describing in terms of ideal world. So practical world, we know there's a lot of resistive forces are there. Okay. So that is x plus 2n pi k, where n stands for 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, etc. Thus,
Ma'am, K stands for 1, 2, 3 or N?
n stands for 1, 2, 3. Okay. And why we are doing? We are going to get an equation for K, angular wave number equation. So angular wave number, the value depending upon this n in this 2n pi. Which pi? Which is the first cycle, second cycle, third cycle. So n actually stands for which cycle? Nth cycle means second cycle, third cycle, or fifth cycle. Okay. Once you assume which cycle, then naturally angular wave number means it has to be mentioned the angle also, no? That's why. So actually, I told you K also is angular wave number and it is also known as propagation constant. So from this identity, we are going to get a relation for K. That is why we are learned in terms of pi. Thus, wavelength lambda is equal to, thus wavelength lambda is equal to, it is actually equal to how much cycle? Wavelength lambda is equal to 2 pi n by k. For n is equal to 1, lambda going to get 2 pi by k. Therefore, angular wave number k is equal to 2 pi by lambda. 2 pi by lambda. So, it's not necessary. So, from this, what you identify? Even if you don't mention the cycle, whether it's a 5th cycle or 3rd cycle or 6th cycle, wave number we can find out. We can find out if you know the wavelength of the sine wave. So, from complex form, we are getting a simplest form. So from the beginning, we come to as the, since we are representing this is as a sine wave. So that is why we are using kx minus omega t plus phi. From that, since it is represented as sinusoidal wave, that is why we are using that form. Then from that, we come to the simplest form. So in oscillation chapter also, everywhere we have done the same thing, correct? Force on the spring, kinetic energy. Finally, you are getting a simple term only. So that's it. So in the wave function, if n is mentioned, then if you don't know the wavelength, you can use this. You can use this also. Sometimes lambda is given to you. K, you know it. If you want to find out which cycle, whether it's a 6th cycle or 7th cycle wave, if you want to find out that, we can use this equation. Otherwise, simply we can use this equation. So, K is equal to 2 pi by lambda, and this is also known as propagation constant. And unit of angular wave number is radian per meter. Unit of angular wave number is radian. If you just mention n, it is only mentioning linear motion actually. So if you mention k, it is also mentioning wave number at a particular angle also. Because we have to find out, no? It's not necessary that every time angle should be 360 degree every time. Maybe half wave. So if you just talk about this wave just started and stopped here. You want to find out the location at this point. Then you have to know angular wave number. So it knows not a single cycle. It is a pulse just started and not there. Okay. So if you want this particular point, you should know what is angle it makes. So every time, don't think within this 2 pi, within this 2 pi radian, you can find out the displacement of the particle at any angle. It is not necessary within 90 degree, 270 degree. So that is the importance of progressive wave. Progressive means anytime you can find out the wave function. Okay. So I am winding up the session now, children. One more class we will complete. So on the basis of this only, you are going to find out the speed of the traveling. Okay. Thank you.